Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to 999. 9 persons, 9 hours, and of course, 9 doors. I'm Dameol, and this is one of the 9 doors, specifically door 2. I'm with 2 people that looked for all the world like they were about to kill each other, and I wanted to see that. Let's do it.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, anytime.
I'll go first.
One by one, they put their palms to the recognition device. Why did they say the recognition device? It's called the dead. It has a name. Here we go. It's puzzle time. It's interesting. This is the first time it was a single door, wasn't it? Usually it's like a double door that opens. The door opened, and they leapt inside.
Where the hell is it this time?
Well, don't sit here. You know, I wonder if I actually just sat here for not like 90 seconds if the game would be over.
I don't see it.
Oh, there it is. It's right there.
Fortunately, it took them only moments to find the dead. They'd been placed just inside the room, right next to the numbered door. They gathered around it and quickly scanned each of their bracelets. You know, it'd be really bad if any of them got suicidal. No matter how many times we do that.
It stopped.
Yeah, it stopped.
I agree. I will also confirm that it stopped. Jimmy could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. Seven and Lotus were breathing hard and fast.
Man, I'll never get used to that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't usually have your life threatened on a regular basis.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
I love Junpei.
Damn right.
All right.
Junpei looks around again.
This hallway's pretty short, but it's got 5 doors.
I only see 4. I'm assuming there must be a door across the hallway.
3 on the left, and only 1 on the right.
Don't forget the last one at the end of the hall.
Well, I mean, obviously.
But it's got a metal plate over it, so I doubt we're gonna get anywhere that way.
Taking a look around the room himself, Seven spoke.
All right, let's get started. I think we'd probably better split up. You okay with that?
You just don't want to work with Lotus, probably because you can't avoid, like, lecherously looking at her. Although, really, there was something even worse than Seven about that.
Yes, no problem.
Sure thing.
Then I'll take this first one.
So, shouldn't we find out what actually opens before we start trying to split up? Like, watch only one of them actually open.
I'll try the one next to it.
I guess that means it opened. Unless Junpei was left alone.
Guess I'd better get started too.
He looks intently at the remaining 3 doors. Do I have to find a way out? I do! Man, somebody twisted this game. Confinement room front hallway. That's an interesting name. I guess I'll start with the 3rd room. Okay, so what can we find? There's a toilet. 14 equals E, which actually means 1, 4 equals E, because 1 and 4 add up to 5. So it's basically telling me that the letters are formed of digital roots. Toilet paper. It's still wide enough for me to know what it is, even in the dark. Not out of the ordinary about it, though. 14 somewhere represents E, but I don't know what 14 would be. There's a sink, but there's no light shining on it. Are we sure it's dark? But I don't think there's anything going on with the sink. Faucet is too hard to turn. Mirror seems really high. So high, it's kind of hard to see your reflection in it. It's a blanket. Not a really great one, but still a blanket. It's barely to see by. I feel like I'm going to see a ghost in here or something. So I haven't found anything. There's another mirror there. It's barely see a mirror from the light coming into the ceiling. So unless that mirror was a little lower down. Looks like it's the same height as the mirror on the right. I wonder if that means anything. Oh, I wasn't actually done. God damn, no matter how I pull the damn thing, it won't budge. Guess I won't be opening this anytime soon. Unless I got a keyhole, but that doesn't seem to be anything stopping it. How am I supposed to open this thing? It's a little chair for where the light, over where the light doesn't shine. Anything over here? No? Okay. I'm assuming there's nothing in that door. Thought I tried a couple of things, but yeah, same result. Emergence. A bunch of tiles in the door that spell out emergence. Maybe it means we need to emerge out of here? Well, yeah, let me mess with the tiles. Well, now that's interesting. What the hell is that supposed to be? It looks like a, hypnotic eye thing made out of toothpaste or something. Like a draw in a whirlpool or something? I guess I say it's trying to look like water. Looks like the water doesn't work though. I don't know how to turn that thing. No water's coming out. Probably shut off somewhere else. There's a tile stuck in the drain. Alright, let's figure this thing out. Man, this is a mess. It's not even a bed anymore. Can't say I want to sleep there. Yeah, I'll go back to the hospital if I have to sleep. No toilet paper here. Toilet paper tube. See, I'm gonna need this for anything. Well, this part's thinner than the rest. In fact, this doesn't really look like it's part of the rest of this thing. Interesting. It is a screwdriver shaft. Missing a handle though. When you run a screw that fits, we're gonna have a hard time without a handle. No. Lift that. There's a picture of the sun. Cat, I can't see. Someone on the toilet seems a little fishy to me. It's a sun symbol, but it doesn't look like the ones on the doors. Those are just the little things at the bottom, right? So sun. There's way nicer stuff out in the world than a gross toilet. Is this also? It's not opening. A pair of screws in the desk, on top of the drawer. Look gonna be a pain. I think we need to figure out a way to get those screws off. Well, we got half of what we need so far. Alright, middle room. Interesting, this one has a river. So I made some wavy blue lines, the river with blue paint. Is that a drawing of a blue sky? No, maybe not. It's a river. Kind of a weird shape for a drain. They made it this shape for a reason or just for fun? We can find the knob or something that'll work as one. We should be able to get water to come out of this thing. It's opposite, like a mirror image. Cat, move! Yeah, I do think that that's probably not super relevant. Oh, wow. Well, it looks like a towel. I have to wonder if the design means anything, though. Maybe you should see what design might be. Perhaps they'll give you a hint. I mean, obviously that's the two symbols on the mirrors. If I try to sleep, my skin would dry out in no time. Dude, she looks fine. Why is the game such a jerk? My, aren't you lucky? Seems you let's die where you have a chance to grow old and hideous. And moon. It's pretty filthy. It's a precious hint. Let's remember it, alright? I don't want to touch it, ever. Like, I don't need to ask you to touch it. It's not like you really got a choice, do I? Just hanging from the wall. And you're also... No. There's nothing in the drawer. Oh, that drawer doesn't really fit, you know? It just looks messy. There's a mirror on the other side of this drawer. Interesting. What? What do you mean? It's kind of an odd shape. Looks like someone attached the handle of this with a screw after the fact. So I think that that is actually what we need for the faucet. So there's something in there. What? I don't know why you won't use the mirror to see it. Seems pretty rude to me. Unfortunately, I'm also not sure what to do here. Because I've been to all the rooms now. Now, why do those two have... Oh yeah, we could probably use this mirror to reflect the light. Trying to figure out where to reflect the light. Maybe if I go somewhere that's a little easier to shine the light on. So shine the light on the mirror in the back. I get it. Shine the mirror symbols appear. The left side has a sun, and the right has the moon symbol. Remember this. Is that a number? So if I shine a light on this mirror, then I get to see some numbers. I see a 4 on the left and a 7 on the right. 4 and 7. I mean, that's interesting and all, but... So what am I missing exactly? Because what I need is the screwdriver handle, and that's what I haven't found yet. You think it'll come if you pull on it? There we go. You stick this metal rod on the handle. Excellent. Okay, well they were actually closer together than I thought they would be. I was soldering. You think it's some sort of industrial grade screwdriver? Yeah, okay. Maybe screw them to the hand. Maybe I can. Excellent. Hey, did you break it, Junpei? No, it seems kind of weird to have a handle on a wooden drawer like this. So it looks like it should be the handle for that faucet. Faucet already has a handle. Maybe it goes somewhere. Yeah, it goes to the other faucet. We're on to something, man. So first of all, this guy. Excellent. Sweet, we got the screws off. I can open the drawer. We sure can. There's nothing in here. The drawer's what we need. There's a bump. There's a bump on the back. I wonder what it's for. Well, maybe there's a hole somewhere. These bumps line a hidden switch or something. Hey, you see weirder stuff. Doesn't seem that far-fetched. Okay. Well, obviously I think we need to end up moving the drawers around for some reason. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and put the knob onto here. Sweet, handle got off the drawer, fits on the faucet perfectly. Now I turn the water on. Jimmy, what are you doing? It's pretty obvious. I'm running the water. I can see. I'm asking you why you're just letting it run like that. Yeah, well, think about it. Faucet didn't have a knob when we found it, right? Hey, water's filling up. Doesn't that just mean the pipes are clogged? So, did anything change? The water stopped flowing. I love Junpei. It's totally filled with water. Did doing that cause anything over here? Yes. There's water in this room too. What do you mean this room too? Well, I turned the faucet to the other room, and it looks like I made the water come up through here. The other drain, the water's from over there pushed in this tile. Yeah, get the tile. So get the tile. Interesting. So we've got this tile. It's got these red, blue, and gray lines on it. What the heck does this stuff even mean? I don't know yet, but I'll find out. Hell if I know. She put the wet towel in his pocket. He's about to turn away when there was a noise behind him. He spun around to see Seven kneeling on the floor. His face was rigid and pale. What's going on, Seven? Troubles of sweat covered his forehead.
What's going on? Are you okay, man? You're sweating like crazy. Are you all right?
He was concerned. He'd never seen Seven like this before. Slowly, the other man lifted himself to his feet on shaky legs. So this is interesting. I really like this, actually. Okay, give me the details.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just got a little dizzy, that's all.
Is that some sort of like hypnotic tile? And the experiments you went through caused a visceral reaction? His face was pale and his breathing was heavy. Sweat was pouring off his face and staining his shirt.
That's definitely more than just a little dizzy. Are you sure? You don't look so good.
Seven didn't answer. Half his face was twisted, as if distorted by extreme pain, and his eyes were glazed. Finally, he spoke.
What am I doing here?
Well, we're in a crazy killing number game, and we're trying to not be killed by numbers.
Huh?
His words made no sense.
What are you talking about? We opened the number 2 door and walked in here. Don't tell me you forgot.
No, that's not what I mean.
He shook his head several times, as if trying to clear something from it.
Much, but I think some of my memories came back. I
mean, you said that before, but you never told us what they were.
I think I've been here before.
Really? Because Snake and Clover have also been on this ship before. I feel like everyone in this, or a lot of people in this game, have actually been in the experiments from 9 years ago.
I said I've been in this room before.
Yeah, I've heard
You
you.
were here? When? Why?
Aoi. Light. Nona.
Well, the last one has to do with Nonary. Light is from Death Note, and Aoi is from Danganronpa? Suddenly someone was mumbling to himself. The words Junpei didn't understand. So his hoarse voice trailed off, and Junpei couldn't make out what he said.
What the hell was that?
So his brow furrowed fear, and he ground his teeth back and forth.
It's right there. I feel like I'm this close to remembering everything, but I just can't.
Seven stopped, frustrated. He pulled his hat off and ran a hand through his hair. Suddenly, he looked up, his eyes wide.
Right, an experiment. There was some kind of experiment going on this ship.
An experiment? What sort of experiment?
So he was here back with Snake and Clover. Or at least Clover. We don't know for a fact Snake was here. And possibly Santa as well, because he knew about the Clover thing, the four-leaf clover thing.
They were trying to control people. Or something like that.
What the hell are you talking about?
Junpei didn't know what to make of Seven's story. He said he stared at Seven. Seven continued.
Light and Nona. Those were their names. Well, some of them. The kids that were in the experiment, I mean. I think there were 4 or 5 more, but I don't remember all their names.
Interesting. So you, Light, Aoi, and Nona, and 4 or 5 more. Would that make a total of 9?
Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm here.
Seven began to mumble to himself and wander aimlessly around the room. He looked confused. As far as Junpei could tell, the man was simply rambling, and there were odd twitches in his movements.
Experiment. Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
That's a direct name.
Kidnapped kids. Was I working that case?
So he continued to mumble to himself about things that meant nothing to Junpei. Junpei didn't have any answers for him, of course. He couldn't understand what was happening to Seven. All he could do was wait. After a few minutes, Seven finally stopped. He crouched down and looked under the bed. His face raised a mild surprise, and he began to mumble to himself again.
The home's gone? No, maybe it was a different room. There's got to be a ton of rooms on this boat that look just like this one.
Last Junpei could contain himself no
What
longer.
exactly do you remember?
Yeah, Seven is a very, very bad narrator. He's not giving us any of the
Maybe you
deets.
could stop talking like a crazy person and tell me what's going on here.
Seven stood up slowly.
Well, it's not like I really remember everything. I've only got bits and pieces, and they're scattered and don't make much sense.
I don't care. Tell me the bits and pieces then.
Junpei could feel it. Whatever Seven had remembered, it was important. It was very important. It was critically important. Seven drew a large muscled hand down across his face. So wiped the sweat from his brow, he spoke.
From what I can remember, I think I was a cop.
I mean, you certainly... The way you were dressed, I thought you were a construction worker, but you're built like a linebacker, so I'd believe it.
Yeah. I was looking for that group of kids that got kidnapped 9 years ago.
I didn't even know there was a group of kids that got kidnapped 9 years ago.
Remember that, right? It was all over the news.
Yeah, I was still in school. I don't remember all the details, but I do remember some of it. I think it was a bunch of kids right around my age. They all just disappeared. Nobody knew why.
Interesting that they're... Why in my memory would they be mosaicked out?
It was all over TV and the newspapers every day. So you're saying you were investigating it?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And I guess I found something. There was this medical company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals that had something to do with those kids.
All right, and Cradle's Pharmaceuticals obviously has something to do with
I
Zero.
figured that out. I managed to get some information out of somebody who worked for them. I think it was...
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Yeah, that had to been it. That's why I went to the wharf.
This is coming out of nowhere, but it's interesting. So, those must be Clover, Snake, and possibly Santa in the bags.
In the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them were carrying large bags. The bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried. No doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding with my gun already in my hand. Don't move. I felt metal touch the back of my head. Drop the gun.
Dang it, I was hoping that was him saying, "Good, don't move," but apparently it is not.
He kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle. A drug? That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that. I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it. Shit, my head hurts. Where am I?
Well, that's a weird angle.
A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink, a toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but...
Interesting.
It won't open. Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked.
I don't know, I've seen games do that. Looking at you, Bloodborne.
Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed, and sat down. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long.
The shadow knows.
Then, I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying. But I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh? No, it was several. I hear 5, or 6, maybe more.
I'm sure you hear 9. 9 is the absolute number that you're going to run into in this game.
Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over. And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate.
He looks so derpy, I'm sorry.
I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold up. Why are there kids here?
What do you mean why they're kids? You came here looking after kids that were being transported.
Then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I on that ship?
Actually, a random side question, guys. Wouldn't it be anchored offshore? I mean, can you say docked when you're not at a dock?
It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then... Yeah! How do you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside.
This is actually really interesting. This is the first hard evidence we've gotten on Clover's experiment discussion. We waited for Seven to resume his story. Already waited. The clearer it became that Seven had no intention of doing so. He had gone silent and simply stared off into the air, his eyes blank.
Hey, what happened after that?
I'm sure Seven doesn't know, or he'd still be talking. Seven shook his head.
I don't remember what happens after that.
But at least we actually have hard evidence of this
I
experiment.
think I found some kind of door out of the duct. And I think I found some kids, too. Not good. Why can't I remember what happened next?
Ah, man, what happened to the kids, Seven?
He doesn't remember,
Did you save
Junpei.
them?
I don't know. I don't know if it was me. I've got this feeling. I think one of the kids died.
Oh, that's not how I want the story to end.
A girl, I think.
Huh?
Deep in his heart, Junpei felt something very cold. Seven's head dropped, and Junpei saw the look of sadness, like which he had never seen on the man before. The man's eyes blinked rapidly, as if he were fighting back tears. And he swallowed hard. His sigh was like the melancholy setting of an old abandoned building. He shook his head and spoke.
Anyway, just please don't ask me anymore, okay?
Ain't no problem. I feel really sorry for him now. This is something that I actually kind of thought that his memory loss was something Zero did. I think this may be some memory he had intentionally repressed because he doesn't want to think about
I
it.
really don't remember anything else.
After that, Junpei could hardly try to force any answers out of
It's
the other
fine.
man.
Don't push yourself. Going by what he said,
Junpei left Seven to pull himself together, and Seven began thinking everything over.
The children who had been kidnapped 9 years before, apparently a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals had been behind it all. They'd taken the children to the same ship we're on now.
Is this something you're remembering, or are you just reciting what he
They'd
said?
been brought here for an experiment.
Also, I'm sorry, but 16 boys and girls is the Danganronpa number. I feel like this is an unplayed Danganronpa game that they're referring to.
Seven said it had something to do with controlling human beings. The 16 children who had been kidnapped were the subjects. Seven had said 3 of their names were Aoi, Light, and Nona. I think that's all I got. Oh, and Seven is, or was at some point, a cop. I can't really use any of this information anyway. I didn't learn anything about the Nonary game or Zero.
That we know of.
How were we brought to the same ship where they'd done those experiments 9 years ago?
I know that the reason Junpei isn't bringing up the fact that Clover was also in the experiment is because we may not have gone the same route, but it is still very... I wish they'd done a check to see if we knew that information or not.
What is this about controlling human beings? That's nuts. Did they really conduct an experiment like that?
I mean, why not? For a long, Junpei realized he spent quite some time deep in thought.
Stand here thinking. I need to get moving.
Junpei shook his head quickly to clear it and returned to his investigation, thoughts swirling in his mind. Tiles were found in the tiles here the same size. There's the tiles on the door. I felt something weird. I can move the tiles. If you swap the tile we got, the tile, something will happen. Yeah, I do not know what the strange design on the tiles mean. At any rate, we should look for all the tiles that are... You're saying you think there's more tiles? Why? So that one won't move. I heard it too. Let's open the drawer. Was that a mystery tile? That was a mystery tile. You're taking a close look at this tile, Junpei. These 3 lead lines here are actually on top of the other lines. That is true. And it looks like the blue lines are above the black. So I still have to find one more. And we will find one more in the next one. Probably in this room. So we've been basically everywhere else. But I can't do anything with that. Why does it matter if there's no light shining on it? Like, can I only look at the... Well, then why are you telling me there's no light shining on it? And that is 4 and 7. And then you have 14 equals E. Was that something you're carrying around with you? That is an interesting point. We haven't used the towel for anything yet. We also don't have a 14 on anything we're carrying, so I don't know what they're talking about there. But you know what? Like I said, we will figure it out next time. I've been going on for like 6 minutes over because I'm trying to figure it out, and I am not figuring it out very well. So I will see you all in the next one. Thank you very much for tuning in.